Good morning, students. This is Dr. Shirisha, Associate Professor from CSE Department, MLR Institute of Technology. In the previous session, we have seen how to create an app controller using the module, and what is a module also we have seen. So, moving further, we will see how to add a directive. So, we have seen ng app, ng controller directives and different directives in the previous sessions. So, in this session, we are going to see how to create our own directory. So, adding a directive with an example application. How to add a directive. So, AngularJS has a certain built-in directives like ng app, ng controller. So, ng app is used to build your application by defining or by passing a specific application name to ng app. Then ng controller is used for defining or which controls the working of the modules that you have created. So here there are set of built-in directives, so which you can use to add the functionality to your application. Suppose if you wanted to make your application more interactive, so that functionality has to be defined by using this adding a directive. So in addition, we can use a module to add your own directives. So how a directive can be created by the user, so that also can be created under the module. So we will see how to add a directive. So directive can be added to the module. So how the module is going to create, angular.module is used for creating the module using the directive method, right? So directive can be added to a module using the directive method. In HTML code, there is AngularJS directive defined using AngularJS app.directive. Normally, a directive can be used by using directive method, but here in AngularJS, we have to, if you wanted to create a directive, then we are going to use AngularJS app.directive method. So, just we'll add app as an object, okay. This directive is named as W3 test directive. So, whatever the app.directive you are going to define, so the name, the directive for that is named as W3 test directive, and it is associated with a template. Means whatever the logic you wanted to execute in the output, so that can be defined using this W3 test directive, and in that we will have sub part, that is a template. So whatever you are defining under the template, that should be defined under your W3 test directive. So template will be in test.directive and the test.directive will be in the app.directive. Okay. Here we will see the syntax. So where app, so whatever the module you are going to define, that you are putting in the app. So the module angular.module is defined using my application. So this is the name of the application that you are going to give. This will be same as your ng app name. So whatever the name that you are going to give for ng app should be given as a name for your Angular module. As this is a new module, we are not going to pass any array values. So we are giving simply an empty array. App.directive, and here we are going to give W3 test directive. So what is this app.directive? For controlling, we have used app.controller. Right. Similarly, here for creating a directive, we are going to give what? App.directive. So, app.directive method is used to create a directive. But what is this? This directive name with what? W3 test directive. So, this name you have to pass here, which is not user defined. And the second parameter will be the function which defines the functionality of your directive. So, function will be the second parameter. So, what this function is going to do? This function is doing what? It is returning this. What it is going to return? So, it is returning the template. So, I told you this template will be in your test directive. So, where is this? This is a template. So, just giving small case followed by the colon. So, this template is given under what? Your W3 test directive. This W3 test directive is given under your app.directive. So, app.directive first parameter will be what? Your W3 test drive. That is a name given for the directive or to create your own directive, and where this directive logic or whatever the content that you wanted to give, that business logic will be given under the template. So template, this is the content that will be displayed when your directive is going to call. Okay, so this is the syntax that we are going to give to create your directive. So why we are giving app.directive is whatever the module that we have defined, that we are going to store in app. So using that app as an object, app.directive we are going to give. So this W3 test directive is again not user defined. So W3 text directive is the name of the directive that we are going to give. So here the primary purpose of the template property is to define the structure. Okay, template means what? Generally it gives a structure. So for our application also, for our directive also, how the structure should be, so that can be defined using this template. Okay, and content that the directive should render. So whatever the content that should be displayed on the web page, so that can be maintained, and that structure will take that values. So in the HTML document when it is encountered. When you see this directive in your HTML as W3 test directive, it will be replaced with the HTML content defined in the template. That means what? You can just give the name of the directive here, or you can also pass them in between the tags. So W3 test directive can be given as a tags also. Then what these tags will do? These tags will take whatever the content you have defined in this template, that it is going to consider. So in that way, this W3 test directive can be given as a first parameter for a directive, or you can also give it in between your W3 test directive tags also. Okay. So this is an example for how to create your directive. So as usual, here HTML tag, then script tag with your link. So this is available online for integrating or for to make your AngularJS work. And body ng app, this is a my app. Ng app is a directive that we are going to give, where it creates your application. It is the directive which defines your application. And here if you see, we are giving test directive. Text directive. What is this test directive will consider? It will consider the template. So now what we have to give? We have to define this template. So whatever you are defining in between this template, this is going to consider by this test directive. Okay. So in the script, we are going to create a module, and as you all know, we are giving an application, and under this application we are storing the module that you have created, and you can create my module using angular.module, and the name we have given for here ng app is my app, and the same we are going to give here in the module name. And as this is a new module, we are giving an array, empty array, and app.directive is used to create your directive, and this is the name of the directive. Test directive is the name of the directive, and this is the function, second parameter. What it is going to do? It is going to give the return this, okay, whatever defined in the template. So this test directive is going to take these test directives, okay, whatever the name you are going to give here, test directive. So this you have to return in the tag name. So when you are writing the tag name, just give hyphen in between the test and directive. Means when you are writing 2 words or 3 words, just ensure that you are giving the hyphens when you are going to give the tag name. So here test directive 2 words. So then what you need to do? You need to just give the hyphens in between the test and directive and make it as a tags. And those tags will consider the template. Okay, because we have given this directive and this directive is defined there, that will return what? This template. Now what is there in template? You have to define that. So just as an example, I have given some h1 with a text. So this is the message that you are going to get displayed. So let me show this. Okay, so we have taken HTML and script part of AngularJS link and one ng app, which defines the body of your application. And here we have to create a directive using the test directive. So you have to define the module now, right? So for this we are taking this. So just create your module. Okay, if you see here, whatever the test directive we have given, so that is a name given for your app.directive. What is app? App is the here whatever the variable you have defined, so that acting as object here, app.directive is used to create a directive, and test directive is the name that you have defined. So when you are defining here this, you have to give here. Suppose if you are giving a test directive, what is this? Test directive. Okay, first test directive I'll give. Okay, so let me give this as first. Okay, first. So then I should make this T capital letter. So I'm just changing this. First test directive. Okay, first without changing we'll just execute. Okay, test directive we have given. So we are given here hyphen when you are going to use a tag name, and rest all same. So when you are going to give the directive, it is going to return what? This function. So what is it is returning? Whatever you are defining in the template. So this template colon is what? It is by default you have to create a template using this template colon. That's the syntax. So what you are going to give here under the template, that is going to execute. So just save this. Made my a directive. Okay, now let me change this. So how I need to change? Let me give this as first test directive, but here I should make this as caps. Okay, because it's a directive name. So then what I should do? I should give here first hyphen, because I have made the changes here. I should make the changes in the tag also. So just give here first hyphen, first test directive. Okay, let me execute directives. I'll make it, and then just refresh your page. So this is the output. See the change? Just I have added S because to just show you the difference between the previous execution and this one. Okay, so this is how your own directives also can be created using the AngularJS. So just to brief it again, I am telling you, AngularJS just give the CDN links. Then once a CDN link is given in your script tag, just give the body part. Inside the body part you are going to define ng app. Ng app is the name of the application that you are going to give. So my app we have given. If you are giving my app 1, then here also make it as my app 1. This is the test directive which is used to create your directive. So this test directive we have given here as a name of your app.directive method. That is the first parameter. Test directive we have given here, so that you are giving here by differing by just adding the hyphen in between the first and second word. Okay, so this is how you have to do. If you are giving 2-3 words, then make it as give hyphens in between those words also. Okay, then second parameter will be the function, and this function is returning you the template. So what is the template you are going to define? Should be defined in within the template colon. Okay, that's the syntax. So H1 will be the output. Okay, so we have seen the output also. So this is the output that we have received. That's all. Hope you all understood. So in this session we have discussed about how to add a directive to a module. So app.module is used to create your own module, and app.directive is used to create your own directive, and the first parameter will be the directive name, and that name also can be given in between the tags name, where every tag will be having starting and the closing tag with separated with a hyphen. So whatever you are giving here, A, B, suppose B is cap, here you have to define A hyphen B. A hyphen B. This simply you have to remember this. Hope you all understood. Thank you all.